All right, chat. If you only take one thing away from this historic Brawl video, I want it to be this. My commander costs 2. My curve largely stops at 3. There are still 38 lands plus 2 or 3 modal dual-faced, I believe 2. There are 40 lands in this deck, despite the fact that the curve stops at 3. I'm counting Castle, so Castle included there. We have 40 lands. Play more lands, chat. You will lose far more games to stumbling and not being able to cast your spells than you will to flooding. We have, a number of decent utility lands in here that do different things. Oh, it actually looks like the person that built this forgot Blinkmoth. I'm going to slide one of those in here really quick. Just like, cast your spells, chat. Do it consistently. Let's play some Brawl. Forty lands in your Brawl deck is the equivalent of playing 24 lands in your 60 card deck. It is 40%. Isamaru Mox Amber is a strong start. All right, I'm going to take a mulligan on our first match. Hey, Will's up. Thanks for the 16 months. Water gun balloon game reprint. Mox Pearl is really good. Our commander is too expensive for this format. Or win the die roll. We'd have been okay there on the play. Them having Mox on the play is definitely above rate. Some Valky Tibalt here for the opponent. Ooh, Thalia into Vryn Wingmare. Silver bordered cards aren't eternal legal, Beansy. Are they printing black bordered cards in the unset? They're all silver, right? Did I miss that announcement? Or are you confused? The unset's going to have black bordered cards in it. They're black bordered but not tournament legal? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. How the Oh, I am so glad I only play digital Magic, chat. I am so glad that I only play digital Magic. That reminds me of a funny, during the last Hoaglandia Open, the standard Hoaglandia Open, chat, I had someone send me a DM during the event letting me know that one of our players was playing a card that wasn't standard legal. They had a Braid in their standard deck. Which was, yeah, on WoW release weekend. Wrigley, thanks for the tip. Let me know if there's a particular day you'd like to see Yarok Brawl, or just as soon as possible. So I can have it up tomorrow morning if you'd like. Ooh. Okay, so now we have to decide. Do I want to Unbreakable and smash them for 9? I think we just want a Supersonic Queen, right? I think we just want a Supersonic Queen. Play around a Sweeper. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year, Jams. Welcome back.
When cold comes to its knee, oh, trust me, you won't miss it.
Not quite lethal. Think we split the difference and kill their Planeswalker here.
Oh, it's not fair.
It's not fair. The UK announced boosters 3 months after your second shot. Wow. Was there a study that I missed that showed? I saw some notes about 6 months because that's what the US is pushing for second shots. Was there something about 3 months? That's Omnicron mitigation. Sure. But it's also kind of early to know if Omnicron is, like, to have metrics on how these things impact Omnicron, right? Is it just like we're expecting these to do well here? Or is there like an actual study's been done? It's purely speculation. Okay. I don't think it's necessarily bad speculation, but I just wanted to make sure there wasn't, I try to stay relatively informed on those topics. That's a pretty solid game. I will say the aggressive and mid-range decks in this format tend to generate pretty decent games of Magic. The Rowanist deck we played last week felt really good. This one seems like it might be similar. The boys are getting their vaccinations tomorrow, and then Christy and I are getting our boosters next week. We're gonna be smart this time, and her and I are getting our boosters on different days. Last time we were not particularly smart, and her and I got our original vaccines the same day, which was not a great idea when we have 3 small children, chat. Was not ideal timing. Thanks for the follow, Trainwreck. I think I'm gonna be a little greedy and try and get Aspirant going before we stick Thalia here. Historic's fine, Predister. We just played a little bit of Brawl, and I found myself enjoying Brawl, so here we are. I think the rest of the days this week, I'm planning to do regular Historic and Historic Brawl split as my two Magic decks for the days. As always, if you'd like to donate for a deck, use the forum on my site. If you'd like to submit a deck to be considered for deck voting, post it in the Singletons channel on the subs Discord. So, if you make a donation like Wrigley did, your deck's guaranteed to get played as long as I okay it. If you'd like the community to be able to vote for it, I'm picking voting deck lists from the subs Discord. So I can Thalia into Venerated Loxodon here. Seems kind of great. And all non-creature spells are +2 at the moment, so they're not sweeping me for a little while. Their deck seems a little bit more mid-rangey / tempo-y than controlling those. They also might not have that many sweepers. I don't play best of one. I do best of one for donations on occasion. And then Brawl's obviously best of one. Like if someone donates for a deck that's probably unplayable post board, I'll play it in best of one. Like we had Crunchy donated for a historic combo deck last week. Yeah, largely Crunchy specials for best of one. It's a good way to put it. Oh, maybe this attack is wrong. I forgot this one doesn't first strike. In my head, this had first strike because it's Thalia. But they could have land Wrath of God next turn now, right? This is on Aspirant at least, so I don't lose my whole board if they sweep here, but definitely shouldn't have attacked with my Wingmare. They're gonna attack me for 1. Yeah, they definitely should have jumped with the Faerie. Playing to the sweeper as an out. Roman from Mordor. Thanks for the follow and welcome to the channel. Thanks everybody for hanging out this morning, by the way. If you're new like Roman and Trainwreck, welcome. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. We do Magic the Gathering, Pokemon Unite. We're gonna dip into a little Legends of Runeterra this afternoon. Also do some single-player story-driven stuff. Stream full-time here in general. Always a lot of great stuff going on. Usually we play 2 or 3 Magic decks each day to start. Kind of cool on the current standard format, but I am enjoying both Historic Brawl and Historic. So it's gonna largely be our focus here in the coming weeks, I think. If you missed it, we did a Meta Monday summary of this weekend's tournament formats that kind of highlighted why I think Standard's a little bit medium right now. ahead and exile their Accelerant here. Banisher Priest, too strong, chat. Too strong. More like an unfair grounds warden, am I right? Yeah. Thanks for the follow, NFC. Agreed that the song on Meta Monday is the best I've heard so far. I'm pretty proud of our parody song at the start of Meta Monday today. If I do say so myself, I think it's some of my best work. Hey, don't laugh. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I think we take a free mulligan in a hand without a 1-drop. We have Mox Amber, which accelerates us a little bit, but this hand just like also doesn't have a lot of pressure in general, right? Yes, this sounds nice. Yeah, playing the Sisei deck where they like have to answer your commander or die, and then conceding when they have one removal spell is like a real, it's definitely a choice. Virtual realism. Thanks for the 20 months. Good morning. Tokens enter, it gets bigger. This probably doesn't trigger day to night anytime soon with both of us playing spells, so I think we go like Clarion Spirit into Dauntless Bodyguard here. And then next turn we can go Ranger Captain into 1-drop, trigger this again, and just get set up to go really wide with Unbreakable Formation this game. Law-Rune Enforcer is probably the one we want, right? Because it just like diddles their stuff. So we'll get a free attack in with this because everything will be indestructible, but then we're going to need something to help us break the board stall after the fact. Cowboy Exquisite. Thanks for the 18 months. I appreciate it. Ah, the classic Arboreal Grazer put no lands into play. The Meta Monday intro song is a parody of Sunday Bloody Sunday. Oh, did I miss a point of flying? I think you're right. I missed a point of flying. For one short. It's on me. With the Faithful Absence here, we should be good to go. Opponent also stumbling that game. Again, put more lands in your decks, chat. Want to hear a parody of the Flintstones intro song for Meta Monday? I'm gonna be honest. I never watched the Flintstones growing up, so I don't have a good baseline for that. I think again, no one drop. We just take a mulligan. This is nice. Nice. Real decks have curves, chat. All right, chat. I'm ready to plow. Your boomer card is a rogue. I'm a lot younger than a lot of people think I am. I've been an angry old man since I was 17, but people frequently mistake me for being older than I am. Chat, I'm only gonna be 31 here soon. A little over a month until my 31st birthday. 3 kids and no hair ages you. Every child adds like 5 years onto your life. So by that metric, I'll be 46 here soon. I think we're just supposed to Ranger of Eos this turn. Which utility Dorkos do we want? Hopefully an 8 could maybe be good. We don't have a great way to get counters on it, though. I don't have counters on anything else. Oh, there's no Fairy Queen in this deck. I'm gonna grab Mikaeus, and I'm gonna grab Iliad. We should put Faerie Guidemother in this deck after this game. We have 2 different ways to tutor it with the Ranger and the Captain. I'm 41 according to the calendar, and I'm 56 according to the child equation. God bless. What if we go Thalia into Mikaeus here? I can also go Sentinel into Mikaeus. I'm gonna do that. Let's go Sentinel and then we'll Mikaeus for Exodus 2. I feel like animals don't really count in the aging equation because, like, it's socially acceptable when your dog is bad to, like, just put it in a crate for a little bit. Whereas if you do that with your children, it's very frowned upon. Is it BRB need to let them out? Glad I don't have kids. They would have been created by now. I think we're locked out at this point. Opponent has very solidly gone over the top of us here. We weren't quite able to put together enough aggression this game. The Faerie Guidemother wouldn't have made a difference, but I definitely still want that to be in our toolbox as a way to push damage. Finest guide mothers, please. Hey, Zan. Thanks for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. We're playing some historic Brawl this morning, jamming some Thalia. We played, like, Chromium for a half hour before this, but it was very bad. Control decks don't seem great in this format if you have some kind of proactive element to them. The new fancy lands are in the store. Wait, the unhinged ones already? Are you talking about something else? The Dracula ones. Nah, I'm gonna hold out for the unhinged ones at this point. I'm gonna lead on Tithe Taker rather than Thalia here, because if I draw a land, I want a Glorious Anthem next turn, I think. A truly glorious sequence of plays. I believe there is a mono black, Alright, Jam, I want to push all my chips into the center here. I believe there's a mono black lantern commander that's kind of okay. All in. Ship it. So you gotta pay your taxes, chat. There shall be no massacres from those that dodge their taxes. Yeah, I'm taking donations for Brawl decks just like any other format. I'm also taking viewer submissions to put up for deck voting too. So even if you don't have money to donate for something to see played, if you share a Brawl deck that you like in the Singleton channel in the Subs Discord server, we'll be putting 5 different Brawl decks up for deck voting most days of this week. Ooh, oh no! They're playing Isamaru. I was so excited to have a handful of Texas chat, and they're playing Isamaru. Rude. I guess we'll keep, like, it's still good. It's just way less good than it would be against anybody more controlling. Oh, you think they're a Voltron deck? Are there enough enchantments in this format to build a mono white Voltron deck? Sequencing opponent. Get that. We drew a card with our Esper Sentinel against the mono white deck, chat. It's just good value right there. I think with Mikaeus drawn, we just take this hit. They are gorgeous, Pixie. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's make a command. To infinity and beyond. Gonna pump the squad up big time this turn. Mikaeus activates to put a counter on everything else each turn too. Yeah, I'd assume they're gonna come to Arena. Wizard would be very silly for them not to. Man, Esper Sentinel's drawn us a lot more cards than I expected it to here. I think we've very successfully bigger fished this opponent at this point. Seems like they're gonna have a hard time keeping up. Got the board locked down, and Mikaeus means that our board just gets bigger every turn here for a little bit, which is great. Opponent concurs with our assessment. Yeah, the basics and shocks are, they're like next level number. Yes, Infinity has new basics and new shock lands. Wizards knows how to make money, chat. Wizards of the Coast is on a plan to double profits every year, 5 years in a row. And I honestly would not be surprised if they hit that goal. They have been doing very well at monetizing their player base. All of these new, like, bordered cards and special art stuff is really showing that Wizards has figured out they should lean into basically the altar space. Like someone at Wizards saw the large amounts of money people were paying for altars and were like, we need to monetize this for us. It's honestly very smart. Oh my gosh, chat. Wow. Okay, so we get to go this, into Loxodon after I attack. Whew. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Speaking of Arcane, after we're done with Brawl in about an hour, we're going to be playing some Legends of Runeterra, Riot's all-digital card game based on the League of Legends IP. And if you enjoy my content and want an easy way to support it, just hang out for that segment. That segment's sponsored by the Twitch bounty board, so it pays me a little bit extra if we have more people hang out. It's also a great game. Easily the most beautiful digital card game you'll ever play. I have watched Arcane. It was excellent. It feels like Arcane has set the gold standard for these, you know, games turned into TV shows. Our turn was gonna be glorious, opponent. Why would you leave? Why would you leave? It was going to be glorious. Yes, I think if you know absolutely nothing about the League of Legends, you will enjoy Arcane. It's just a good show. It does a good job of world building and describing characters. I actually really liked the first installment of Witcher on Netflix, and I'm really looking forward to season 2 next year. Or next month. Sorry, not next year. The middle of December, the next season of Witcher comes out. There's an animated Witcher prequel on Netflix. Oh, that's good. I haven't watched that. I'll have to take a peek at that. Yeah, I think one fair criticism of Runeterra Jaffaza, and actually this is a bonus for Magic, is that one of the things Magic does better than basically any other card game out there is deck building depth. I'm not sure that Runeterra will ever be able to challenge Magic in that area, even as it gets a bigger card pool, just because Runeterra restricts you to only mixing and matching 2 regions worth of cards at a time. It has other good positive things going for it, but from a deck building depth, Magic is basically unmatched by other popular card games. Magic does that better than Runeterra or Hearthstone or most other things out there. I think Mythgard's probably the only other card game I've played that comes close to Magic's deck building depth. But that's more of an indie project than a major digital card game. With Maul drawn here, I'm actually going to go ahead and play Eidolon on 2, so that way I can play Maul on 3. We can, like, Maul up this turn, they play Yashar next turn, we get to Banishing Light it and just keep smashing. Pokemon Unite Twitch Rivals is Thursday evening, and Hoaglandia's first Pokemon Unite tournament will be on Saturday. If you're someone that needed an excuse to check out Pokemon Unite, our tournament is free to enter and has $500 in cash prizes. Unite is also a great game, but not a card game. We're gonna be doing some Unite during the day, Tuesday through Friday this week, to plug our Unite Open a little bit more on stream. Shout out to Metafy.gg to sponsoring that. Why doesn't Brawl use 40 starting life? Because I don't want the games to be all mopey and long. I want aggro decks to be competitive. Magic expansions are big and have a lot of cards, unlike other card games. Yeah, but if you look at the number of cards that are actually playable in the average Magic expansion, it's actually quite small. I think a lot of Magic's deck building variety comes from the fact that you can mix and match colors as you please in any combination, more so than the raw number of cards. How far did we get into Mass Effect? We just finished the mission where the Citadel gets attacked in Mass Effect 3. We are gonna do some Mass Effect 3 at the end of the stream today. We're gonna do about an hour or so of Runeterra and then play some more ME3 because I am deeply addicted to the ME3 story chat. I need to finish it. I need it. Man, are we about to get Settle the Wreckage, chat? Oh no. Oh no. This is fine. I have enough lands to Crawling Barrens, plus equip Maul to Crawling Barrens, so they need a flying blocker here. Look, why does it have reach, chat? Why does it have reach? Rip. Ah, well, we tried. 'Cause green. Woof. I mean, to be fair, the sweeper didn't save them. They needed the follow-up after it. Just the sweeper explicitly wasn't good enough. Field recently. This is Brawl, Habba Hut. We're not playing regular historic. This is Commander. Kenrith is a 5-color commander. For those not familiar, the mana your commander can produce dictates its color in this format. I think we keep this. We don't have a 1-mana threat, but we have Loyal Warhounds on the draw, which is pretty good. Can spend our mana on turn 1 as well. Ramsball in the play is pretty scary. Opponent doesn't have a ton of interaction yet, which is good for us. Putting an okay amount of pressure into play. Woof. Woof. Thanks to Warhound, we're gonna get to replay out our hand relatively quickly here. Are we skyclaving this Oracle? I think we are, right? Because it's letting them generate a lot of card advantage. They are down to 11 here. They need like a Meat Hook Massacre, a -X sweeper. God, what does pass mean? I'm not gonna get Settle the Wreckage for the second time in a row this set, am I? He said to himself, not quite believing what he said. They could just have a piece of spot removal here, too, though. It's a little scary. They, like, kill the Skyclave. They get a 4/4. They eat the Thalia. Ready to plow. This is fine. They eat the Thalia, but they take 8 down to 3. So this is the part where they Kenrith and gain infinite life. So they can literally just gain 15 here. And then we're just dead, right? I think if we're on the play that game, we probably have a chance, but them being on the play with Accelerant into River's Rebuke was a little bit too much. I don't even think that they necessarily kill aggro decks guaranteed. Like the Kenrith was just like the finisher at the end, right? They had a lot of other things going on there before that made it possible for that to be a thing to do. I think that was definitely a we lost the coin flip type thing. Got a free mulligan in my hand without a 1-drop. They're playing Professor Onyx, so probably a control deck. Esper Sentinel sounds great here. This 1, 2, 3 curve is so rude against control. And for my next trick, Obviously, this doesn't save it for Meat Hook, but it denies my opponent the ability to gain a life, because my Ayleid died before this came into play.
Sorry, you don't make the grade.
I don't know that we're fully done here yet. The Vanguard means we're maybe okay. Let's see, I think we're definitely behind, but I don't think the game's over yet. Not fully into garbage time.
I have impeccable study habits.
Well, I guess I could have let this happen and let this come back with flying, huh? Maybe that was the play.
Fine. I'm taking the day off.
Silly opponent, you activated my trap card. If they do this, they need another land to cast their thing next turn, which is great. Got our... I bet you didn't know we were a combo deck, chat. The old Clarion Spirit Archon of Emeria 1-2 combo. Shishisha. They're dead, right? Like I said, I think we were behind after that Shadow's Verdict happened, but definitely not out of that game. That was a really solid one. Impressive bit of grind from our deck there. Really kind of showing the value of our commander being cheap and being able to be played multiple times early. Like, our opponent only cast their commander once, but we cast ours 3 times, right? Helped us make up for the card advantage that their sweepers generated. Yeah. I don't really want to play against Kenrith on the draw again, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to the next one. If we were on the play, I would take a shot on the play, but I think on the draw we're likely to just get outcarded like we did in the other one. We're on the play. All right, yeah. Like I said, give it a crack on the play. We're on the play and we have a Mox Amber. We're gonna draw a land for next turn so we can Ranger of Eos on 3. That is like $25. Thanks for all the support, Pseudonym. I appreciate the 5th month. Welcome back. Once upon a time, there was a dead Kenrith player. Is Containment Priest good against Yori in chat? Anybody know? You could leave your opinions in chat. I would appreciate it. Scrap Giant Killer for the time being. So that 19 months, Pyromancer, welcome back. Milady. They might just be in all control. Yori in deck too, though. In which case, this is a lot less exciting. Oh, I should sacrifice it to get back with Savior. Yeah, that's a good call. You're right, Avocado, that I completely missed that. I appreciate you pointing it out. I'd have very likely had an opportunity to bump up Savior this turn. I'm supposed to dog there. So Allenbach can target graveyards here. And the card it takes from the graveyard will come back when this dies, which is nice, or when this leaves play. Gosh, we're so close to lethal. I think I'm just supposed to vomit my hand out here. I think we just go Maul into Intrepid into Law-Rune Enforcer. We cracked him for 5 down to 6. Hey, Panzer, thanks for the 17 months. Hope your turkey day was swell too. Gobble, gobble. Ooh. So we'll play this one, keep this last card in our hand, that unknown for now. Tapped land means no Yorion.
Situation, but we can still have a little fun.
Yeah, control decks don't seem very good in this format, Pelly. I don't think I'm going to put up any more of them for voting.
And some think time only flows in one direction.
They did change Teferi's voice actor. Yeah, they wanted to add some voice lines. In one of the recent Teferi releases, they just redid all of them. So that way all the Teferis have the same voice actor. Bink bonk, bink bonk. good set. The aggressive decks seem like they generate pretty good games of Magic in this format. A lot of close ones in both directions. Also we've had some steamrolls too, but also plenty of close, interesting games. Thanks for the 31 months, Snap Bolt Snap. Welcome back. All right, he needs to draw a land or two, but if it does, it's very good. And even if we brick, we still have, you know, 1, 2, 3 castable spells, which is great. No, all the Tefris have the same pool of Wasteland's Toxic. I lean on Thalia to like make two mana non-creature ramp a little awkward for them. I was hoping for a land so we could Cathar, but powerful 2-drops a decent second choice. We're throwing away Paradise Druid to gain 3. That's interesting. Why would we do that instead of blocking this? Maybe a misclick? Maybe didn't realize Thalia had... Yeah, a lot of people haven't played against Thalia a bunch. Probably just missed first strike. White aggro mirror were on the play. I think I'm mulliganing here. I only have 2 lands. Giant Killer I don't really want to play out as a 1-drop. This is fine. Double removal I think makes this unkeepable. Rune into Thalia here. Really want to trade these, I don't think, so I think we just pass. Wrong to not prioritize taking this out. Unfortunately, can't Conclave Tribunal because Thalia is making it more expensive. She is symmetrical. Curses! You cards designed before the year 2020. Why must you have symmetry? Wouldn't have traded. They could have double blocked Baird Hug. We would have in fact traded. Yeah, it's got Convoke, but it still costs 5, so I only had 4 untapped creatures. I'd have to tap 5. It's a little aggressive. Might be wrong. No, I meant in addition to Moth. Well, they might kill the Law-Rune Enforcer instead of the Dwarf. They only have 4 attack. It's still like a good trade for us with Mothra, but it's not as good as it otherwise could be. Ooh, this card's gas with Mothra. Pure octane, chat. Pure octane. Oh, Cathar Commander does kill Sentinel and come back. That's a good catch, too. Surprise! Feels like we're in an okay spot. We've got this Conclave Tribunal to tempo their Dorko here as well. One O and indestructible, eh? No, I blocked the adversary like this, so that way they don't make this attack without a trick. So my blocks here meant that when they had the trick, they didn't gain life with this. Pretty confident my blocks were correct. Do I want to not hold up Life's Bounty here? It gives them a window to get my Mothra, so probably not. We just go ahead and deck the halls with Balls of Giant Killer here. Just want to keep my board protected with my Life's Bounty. We're pretty far ahead. Well, that's heckin' rude. Sweet game. There's a few different white aggressive commanders in this format, huh? I liked it. Definitely have a strong preference towards the aggressively slanted decks in this format. If there's anything I'd change in here? Seems pretty reasonable, all things considered. Thanks for the follow, Fraser. For people that enjoy Magic stuff, I'll be back tomorrow with more Magic here. For the next little bit, we are going to be doing some Legends of Runeterra here, which is Riot's all-digital card game. If you like an easy way to support my content, hanging out for the Legends of Runeterra gameplay is great. It is free to play, available on Android, iOS, and desktop here like I am playing it. As in, elevator pitch for Runeterra. We're going to walk through some of the gameplay here in our first match here in just a second, but my quick elevator pitch for Runeterra is that not only does it have the most visually stunning client overall, but it also has the most player-friendly economy. There's no loot boxes when it comes to purchasing cards in Runeterra. You spend your money and you get exactly the cards you want for the money that you're spending. The average tiered competitive deck costs somewhere between $20 and $40 to buy outright, but you can also free-to-play them with a fairly generous free-to-play system. If you have Prime Gaming, not only do you get a free sub here on Twitch, but you can also get an epic wild card inside of Runeterra as part of a promo with that. Let's jump into a game and highlight some of the gameplay here, huh? It's been a second since I played, so we played a little bit of Runeterra's Path of Champions, which is their single player story mode. Think like Slay the Spire-esque gameplay with their card game system. We're gonna poke into a little bit of Constructed Ladder and see what that feels like today. We have net decked us a Poppy Zoe deck to give it a try too, because Zoe was one of my favorite champions last time we were playing. So you get a partial mulligan in this game. So I can mulligan some number of these cards. I think I'm gonna mulligan just this 2-mana spell to try and look for a 1-drop. Like ideally, we mulligan this and we spike a Zoe to play on the first turn. Now, the resource progression in Runeterra is similar to Hearthstone or other games where you have linear mana progression. Every turn you get one resource and return all of your resources. That being said, the turn structure is more similar to Magic in that both players are playing every single turn of the game. 2-1 when I'm summoned, summon a Scrappy Bomb. Countdown 3. When I'm destroyed, deal 1 to the enemy Nexus, okay? It says impact. What does impact do? When this strikes while attacking, deals 1 to the enemy Nexus. This keyword can stack. All right. So let's play our 2/3 out that manifests a Celestial that costs 3 or less. So you have to pick from 3 different cards here. When I'm summoned, all players draw 1 card and the opponent discards their highest cost card. Pretty good. Attackers in this game are similar to Magic in that the attacking player declares attackers and the defending player declares blockers, but blocking is 1-to-1. One also thing to note is that while both players are playing every turn, the thing that alternates is who's attacking. So this turn, my opponent is attacking. So I'm gonna go ahead and block my 2-1 to their 2-1. One of the most amazing things about Runeterra as a piece of software is the eye. So when I line up this block and mouse over the eye, it tells me how combat's going to play out here. So I can see with this block, I'm going to take 3 total damage and these 2 things are gonna trade. I could block here and I can see I'll take 3 total damage. My thing would die, their thing would go to 1 toughness. So obviously I wanna make this block here. If you ever have any question about how your combat or stack is going to play out, the Oracle Eye will show all. One thing to note here. You'll notice I have this 1 here that my opponent doesn't have. That's because I didn't play a spell on the first turn of the game, and you can save mana for later turns in this game. It doesn't just go away. Play Solari Priestess here, which invokes 4+1 might be okay here. I already have a 2/3 for next turn, but honestly the 3/4 might be just better because its stat line is bigger. Although I have a 4/3 as well. I think I'm gonna grab Meteor Shower because I already have four mana units lined up here.
Let us take a peek at life beneath the waves.
Reporting in?
Okay, and now I could attack because it's my turn with the attack token, but if I attack, my 2/2 is going to run into their 2/3, which isn't a particularly great attack for us, so I'd much rather save my 2/2 to block their 3/2, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass back here. Oh, is the audio... Silence when not... Oh, is this broken? This must be bugged. That's sad. Okay, so they started the turn by attacking. So one of the things in Runeterra that's important to manage is when you start on attacking versus not. So my opponent chose to start the turn by attacking, which means that neither of us have a chance to play more units. This is going to push 5 damage for them here. Pretty easy trade here. Let's go ahead and drop Poppy.
All right, team, adventure time.
And this is free because I behold a Celestial card, which means I have a Celestial card here in my hand.
Just a little something I like to call fun.
When I attack, grant all allies with equal or less power than me +1/+1. Neat. So grant means permanently give that modifier. I do not have the overlay installed for Runeterra at the moment. It is not native to the client. I did not take the time to reinstall it for the session today. That's a nice draw, so we get to deploy a couple of units here. Start with Otterpuss, so we can make our board go a little bit wide before we attack with this. So, double region cards are new since I started playing. Double region means you can play this in either of these regions. So you can play, it counts as either a Bandle City or a PNZ card. Is that correct?
You dropped something.
I dropped everything.
Yeah, I think it's similar to a hybrid card. So now the eye even tells me what's going to happen here. So it shows me that Poppy's going to buff stuff up. Oh, she buffs herself? Grant all allies? Wow, this card's really good. I just like my brain put the word other into this card, and it definitely does not say other. Pump up the jam. Poppy is the best champion in this current batch. Okay. Okay, so Poppies are currently trading, but if I go ahead and Pale Cascade here, so I'll make my Poppy bigger, and now my Poppy lives. Live, Poppy, live! Another free Starry Scamp here sounds great. We're stabilizing nicely here. They are playing Noxious as one of their regions, so they'll likely have some direct damage in their deck. These 2/3s also have impact, so they're going to deal at least 2 more, so we're at a virtual 9. So game's not completely over, but could get burned out. Deal 1 damage to my blocker and the enemy Nexus. Destroyed 4+ allied landmarks this game. Think I just want to do this. Deal 4, deal 1. Your board is capped at 6 units on each side. One of the things that's interesting, though, in Runeterra is that there's a number of cards in the game that care about the ordering of the units on your board. So even though your board is capped at 6 creatures, the number of permutations your combat can go through is often larger than you have in the average game of Magic. Hey, Sus, thanks for the 17 months. Yeah, I think I'm good with leaving sub mode on for Runeterra. And I guess now the question becomes, is it worth throwing away Poppy to gain 2 life? I actually think it might be. I feel like the only way we lose this game from this position is getting burned out, and while Poppy's really good, I just want to minimize my chance of getting burned out. I think I'd rather be at 9 than 7 and have a Poppy. I did. Arcane was excellent. I enjoyed it a lot. Every pick a non-champion card from randomly selected options, create a copy in hand and reduce its cost by 1. So if I get Curious Shellfolk down, it'll double up Solari Priestess next turn. Sounds great. Wait, what does Prank do? Neat.
It won't get past me.
Deal 1 to a unit. If you have 4 plus allies, deal 2 instead. I think I'll just take the outpost here. It's a little annoying that there's no reminder text here for what Prank does. I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to know what Prank does. You check their hand and choose debuffs for cards, and then check the deck too if there's no cards in hand. Okay, so it just like makes it cost more. Oh, it just modifies it. Okay, that makes sense. It changes stats to, oh, because it said +2 cost above both of them. Okay, that makes sense. Is my opponent DC'd? All right, my opponent seems to be griefing or DC'd. I'm gonna run to the restroom really quick. Give me 1 second, sorry. Yeah, their deck seems like an aggro deck, so. They weren't dead before, they're certainly dead now.